Hello everyone. So welcome back, and this is my new video, and I would like to introduce myself. I don't think so it's needed now, but still I am Dr. Priya Singh Range. I am an assistant professor at the LG Institute of Physiotherapy, and welcome to my biomedical physics class. So today we'll be discussing about static electricity. So we'll be discussing what is static electricity, how static electricity is produced, what's the charged body, what is electric field, what are the different electric lines of force, and what is electrical potential. So starting with static electricity. So what is static electricity? Static electricity is the imbalance of electric charges on the surface of a material or inside a material. So here what are we talking about? We are talking about the electric charges that exist on a body. So if we talk about any body, a body may have a positive charge or it may have a negative charge. A positive charge exists when there is a lack of electrons, and a negative charge exists when there are excess electrons. So because of any reason, when there is an imbalance of electric charges on the surface of a material or inside the material, and we need to remember that these charges are going to remain stationary. This is very important here. You need to remember that the charges are going to remain stationary. So there is going to be an imbalance of electric charge on the surface or inside the material, and this charge that is existing on the surface or inside the material is going to remain stationary. Now till what point is it going to remain stationary? It is going to remain stationary until there is an electric discharge or there is an electric current. So these are the properties of a static electricity. One, that there is going to be an imbalance of electric charges. This imbalance may be present on the surface of the material or inside the material. This imbalance of electric charges is going to be stationary. And till what point is it going to be stationary? Until there is an electric discharge or there is an electric current. Okay. So next, moving on to the production of static electricity. So we are talking about the different charges, that we have positive charges and we have negative charges, and there is going to be an imbalance of electric charges. But how is that imbalance going to occur? So let's move on to the production of static electricity. So in order to produce static electricity, we have different methods. The simplest manner of producing static electricity is by rubbing two different materials together. Say I have a glass and I have a flannel material. When I rub this glass and flannel material together, we know that glass and flannel both are insulating materials. So when I'm rubbing or when I'm using friction between these two different materials, what is going to happen? There is going to be the buildup of positive charge on the flannel material, and there is going to be the buildup of negative charge on the glass. So what is ultimately happening? Something that is the flannel and the glass, which were electrically neutral before this rubbing phenomenon, are now charged with opposite charges after we have rubbed them with each other. Now the characteristics of these charges are that these charges are going to spread only on the surface of the insulating material, and if in case the material is such that it has points and corners, then the charges are going to spread over the corners and the points. So the spreading is something that is going to be either in a uniform manner if it is on the surface of the insulating material, or it can be in an irregular manner if it is getting concentrated at the points or the corners. So that is the production of static electricity. Next, moving on to a charged body and the electric field. Now when we say that static electricity produces an imbalance of charges, ultimately when a body has charges existing on itself, we can consider this body to be a charged body, and this charged body will always try to seek its neutral state back. Now in order to do this, in order to get back to its neutral state, it will need to do any of the two phenomenon. One, either it needs to lose the electrons, or two, it needs to accept the electrons. If it is a positively charged body, then it will have to gain electrons. If it is a negatively charged body, it will have to lose those electrons. Now while doing so, there is going to be a charge of influence around this charged body. There is going to be a zone of influence around this charged body. This zone of influence is an area in which the charged body is going to have its effect. This zone of influence is known as the electric field of that particular charged body. So what is electric field? If we think about electric field, we can think that it is made up of several lines of force. Now what are these electric lines of force? Electric lines of force are paths along which a free positive charge would travel. So when we talk about electric field is going to consist of multiple lines of force. Line of force is going to be a path along which a free positive charge is going to travel. When we talk about the electric lines of force have certain properties. So what are these properties? The electric lines of force are always straight. They repel each other. They pass more easily through conductors rather than insulators, just like the properties of an electric current. They concentrate on the part of the surface of charged body near another object over which they can exert an influence. So if I am keeping two different charged bodies in close vicinity with each other, there is going to be a concentration of the electric lines of force in the area which is lying in the closest proximity, because that is the area where they can exert maximum influence. So these are the properties of electric lines of force. When we talk about electric lines of force, or we talk about any charged body, it also possesses something that is known as electric potential. Now what is electric potential? It is the electric condition of a body relative to the neutral position potential of the earth. So we here consider that the earth's surface is going to have neutral potential. That is, it is not going to be positively charged or it is not going to be negatively charged. It is going to have a neutral potential. Now relative to this neutral potential of the earth, the electrical condition of a body, whether it is more positive or it is less negative, that is going to determine the electric potential of any charged body. If a body has excess of electrons, it is said that the body has a negative potential. If a body has a deficit of electrons, it is said to have a positive potential. So a positive charge is going to give a positive potential and a negative charge is going to give a negative potential. This electric potential that exists relative to the earth's surface in a charged body is going to depend on two different factors. One is the quantity of electricity that was used to charge the body. Here when we say quantity of electricity, we mean the amount of electrons or the number of electrons that were used in order to charge the particular body. And it is also going to depend on the capacitance of the object. Here by capacitance we mean the ability of any body to store charge. So the potential is going to be determined by these two important factors. One is the quantity of electricity and the second one is the capacitance of the object. There is also something called potential difference. When we talk about two different bodies, two similar bodies that have been charged with different quantities of electricity, there is going to be a potential difference between these two bodies. When we say that there is a potential difference, what we mean is that there is one body that is more negative and there is another body that is less negative, or there may be one body that is more positive and there is another body that is less positive. So there is always going to be the difference in electrical potential of these two bodies. Now if we are connecting these two bodies using any kind of conducting material, there is going to be a flow of charges. Here by flow of charges we mean that there is going to be a flow of electrons. this flow of electrons is going to be only in one direction. That is, it is going to be from the more negative body to the less negative body. That is, from the body which possesses more electrons to the body that possesses less electrons. This flow of electrons is going to continue till both these bodies come at same potential. Unless we are getting same potential of these two bodies, that is, the potential difference becomes zero, there is going to be an electron flow from the more negative body to the less negative body. So that is the potential difference. So today we have learned about static electricity, that it is the buildup of stationary charge on the body. We talked about how static electricity is produced, that is by friction between two insulating materials. We also talked about what a charged body is, what are the electric lines of force, what is electric field, and what is electric potential and potential difference. So that is all for today. If you want to learn further facts about biomedical physics, or you want to gain further information about biomedical physics, then you can follow my other videos as well. Thank you. Have a nice day.